Oh. Oh! Hello, RETROTHON and RGL Elite. How are you all doing this wonderful night? Our Wednesday block is here, and it is amazing. I'm loving every second of it. What's going on, y'all? So, I was offered a commentating job for this wonderful title, Dragon Spear. It's a shmup I grew up with. Can't wait to really see it displayed here awesomely. So, whenever Pup is ready, I'm ready to go. And we will get on our way. Dragon Spirit is a lovely shmup. The interesting thing about this shmup is there's actually two different routes depending on how you do the intro stage. This run specifically is the shorter version. This is basically any percent. It didn't show it initially, but how you get Gold Dragon is you play the intro stage and you have to lose the intro stage. And the Gold Dragon's overall bonuses compared to the normal Blue Dragon that you'd have to have is you get a whole nother life bar, and I believe auto fire immediately. Also, when you go the Gold Dragon route, you actually only play about half the stages in the game. So, like, just cut them out, as you're going to see here. After the stage specific, which is a real shame. The only real shame about this category is you're going to miss Stage 2, which has an amazing, absolutely amazing song. I love the music in this game. It's just absolutely wonderful. Now, you can see it as an easy and hard. It's kind of like half versus full game, so you just really skip levels in this category. But it makes it all the same. But as you can see in the shmup, there's two different kinds of attacks. You can shoot forward, of course, your normal shmuppage, but also you could shoot towards the ground. And some enemies can only be hit on the ground, of course. Some only in the air. And there's actually alternating bosses where you also damage them on the ground versus in the air, so it's pretty cool. Pretty cool little thing with the shmup going on. It's basically taking the horizontal missiles and like Life Force and Gradius and putting them in a vertical shmup. And yes, it also changed it. But alright. But as you can see here, Mr. Pup is flying through the first stage, and I do implore you to listen to the soundtrack of this game because it's absolutely phenomenal. But yes, he actually took a hit there, and one thing in this game that's unfortunate is you do end up losing a bit of your power-ups every time you take a hit. As you can see, he got a power-up there that every time he shoots, I think it's for about 15 seconds, 10 seconds, it just causes an earthquake and kills everything on the ground. Nice power-up. I'm assuming the power-up we're going to try to get here is we want to get our dragon to 3 heads, so it fires 3 shots, both on the ground and in the air. And we want the long flames, basically. It'll turn into a green dragon. The flashing enemies like that, those enemies have the power-ups that are coming at you, so you can quickly identify if you care to destroy just that specific one. Or, you know, make sure you get a power-up. I can do that. Or Miz can do that. Great job, Miz. Okay! I hope you didn't blink, because the first boss is dead. So what Pup did there is he flew right into its face and just held down that button, and it dies almost instantly. The damage in this game for bosses is a little bit insane. You shouldn't have blinked, Ray! You shouldn't have blinked! You're gonna see bosses in this game fall insanely fast. Like, it's ridiculous. I'd say that's definitely a benefit towards speedrunning the game, which, you know, is what this is all about. Dragon Spirits, it's a pretty short overall shmup, especially on easy mode. And I think it has a pretty good, like, mix of decent bosses, but the problem is the bosses are just not on the screen long enough to matter. Speedrun tactics, yo! Alright, so we're on stage 3 here. Again, we saw stage 1, it skipped straight to stage 3. We got the lovely dark void that is this level's background. And this is actually the first boss that we're gonna see that has a ground attack that needs to kill. This boss right here, actually, is the one that causes the most time gain or loss of any boss in the game, period. Trying to time this boss quickly is extremely hard. You have to be extremely accurate because it's very, very touchy about its hitboxes when it comes to shooting on the ground, and you have to line up all 3 shots to hit square into each of the things' faces, but also at the same time you're going to have to dodge or shoot some of the things coming out of the top of it. So it's an interesting boss fight, and I think this is the biggest reason that the speedrun for this game is interesting, is because this boss is so wildly different than any of the other bosses. It takes a little bit of skill and precision to hit this boss right. This is probably the slowest part of the game right here. There are just no enemies besides these cone things that they're trying to grow like an arm to go after you, but you're destroying it faster than it's spawning. Thus, you get just empty black space for a while. It's a simple stage. Pup is making it look even more simple. Gliding through it effortlessly. Coming up to the boss here relatively shortly. There's a few different power-ups. I don't think we're going to see the power-up where you become a single-headed dragon, but you shoot 3 ways. That one is kind of slow for the bosses in this game, like, relatively. It's not a whole lot slower with how fast you saw the first boss. This is going to be the boss you can actually see most of the time. Alright, so we have some invulnerability here. As you can see, Swaggin taking some shots. And the boss, it approaches. Here it is. Alright, so this is definitely the hardest boss to do quickly in the game. As you can see, Pup already tried to do the top left quickly, but he missed it by 1. Once you destroy the first 4, the next 4 for the next 4 routes spawn, and you can see them coming around here. And then after this is gone, the main core becomes vulnerable. You still have to use your ground attack, and it is dead. Still a pretty quick boss fight, but you could save some serious seconds on this one by having crazy precision on those bomb strikes. Like, it's difficult. Very nice job. Oh, let's see one of the power-ups here. Alright, we skipped ahead again, of course. We're in this lovely desert area. No need to go after score since this is a speed run. Getting the fire power-up, though I believe Pup is already fully powered up. That's the single-headed power-up, I want to say. Smaller dragon. Smaller hitbox. But not quite as big of a punch. We need the punch for speedrunning these things. Here we are. Here's the green dragon power-up I was talking about earlier. As you can see now, there's giant flames, like lines of flame that shoot out of it. As far as I know, this is the strongest attack in this game. But, you know, who knows what the future speedrunners will find out. That's the glory of speedrunning. So, another thing to avoid, of course, in shmups specifically, all games, of course, for speedrunning, but shmups usually have a huge amount of it, is lag, and this game does lag. This part specifically, with all the little things that were coming off screen to fly at you, and you gotta make sure to have like a nice balance of not spamming too many flames and not like having them all rush at you at the same time. So yeah, you gotta yeah, sorry, I am commentating for PUBG. This is all PUBG's run, so sorry. I forgot to mention that at the beginning, my apologies. I hope you saw that boss fight. I almost didn't. I looked over at chat, looked over, and it was done. The boss fight's done. You also see Pup using the J version. I didn't actually use the J version back when I ran this. I'm assuming the text is faster in the J version, which is a good call. You should always check the J version when you're doing Nintendo runs. Yeah. That's the boss fights in this game. Like, they're so... If you know how to do them, and they're not overly difficult or anything, they go down so fast. Alright, so we got a nice water. The music is so... I implore you to look up the soundtrack in your free time and just give it a listen to. This is the one game I can safely say... He missed the fire power up there. Didn't want to risk getting the small power up. Downgrade. This is the one game I think I've ever said that I prefer the soundtrack on the NES over the TurboGrafx. TurboGrafx is a system that's very well known for shmups, but I like the way it sounds better on the NES. I like these mixes better. It's better to me. All right, there's an annoying section right here. These spiky little putt things. You cannot shoot through them, and if you hit them, you will take damage and lose your power-ups. As you can see, eventually there's going to be obnoxious ones like these two. Pup takes out the one side, it takes out that one. That's good lag reduction. He waits till the other one despawns, and then he hits the top left one. Excellent lag reduction. Very important. He doesn't bother taking that one out because he doesn't need to waste any more frames. It's not going to shoot when he's passing. We're good there. Just taking all these out as they spawn. As you can see, they shoot like little cones or enemy fish at you or something like that. Alright, so we are closing in here on the end of this stage. There's this part in the end where these enemies pop out. Oof. Unfortunate hit there for Pup. As you can see, these things just pop out. You can shoot their head off, and then they'll just respawn in a second. This boss is going to take a little bit longer now. Pup has gotten hit twice. He's lost both of his upgrades. I don't think it'll take too much longer, but that is a very unfortunate place to get hit. The boss is coming up right here. Get to see some boss action, and it's gone. You say nostalgia is a hell of a drug, which is true. I also say it's an opinion. Alright. Oh, that's a shame. He got the green dragon power up right away, but unfortunately got hit. The good thing about the beginning, this is the last stage, and the good thing about this stage is you do get a lot of power-ups in the beginning. That or too much health. Think Sunsoft. Alright, so we actually have a mini-boss here, which Pup is going to be taking a little easy. Don't blame him, he's a little low on health. So he's going to take it across the side here. Take his time. Oh no! He dodged into it. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. That's okay. Starts at the beginning. He can refresh his power-ups. He has both of his life bars now. He's got the green dragon back, in which he just got the power-ups for. He just needs the power-ups to get additional dragon heads. And then he will be back at his powerful self. Fortunately, he didn't get any, but he's still the green dragon with full health, so he should be okay this time. Here we go, round 2 against the three-headed Hydra creature coming out of the abyss. 2 down. The other one's off the screen, so he can't even hit it right now. That's some dirty RNG for you. Alright. Hear that slow approach. We're approaching the last boss across this giant bridge here. Very long bridge across this lava. It's a nice touch. They could have just made it lava. We got one more set of power-ups beforehand. Didn't get anything. Here's the last boss. That is how you go in. You can get this boss before it even goes out of one cycle like that. And there you go. That's time. As soon as the boss dies, it's over. GG. MrPupG has done it. Let's get a MrPupG in chat, everyone. And there you go. The adorable little dragon. If I remember correctly, I think this ending has it like to be some kind of dream. I don't remember too much though. But yeah, GG to Pup. Good run. Excellent run by Pup. So, alright, that was Dragon Spirit. I find it to be a really fun game. It's a relatively simple shmup, but it doesn't always have to be overcomplicated to be fun. I mean, Animal Crossing, anyone? But, thank you, Pup, for having me as a commentator, and I hope you all enjoyed, and stay tuned. Next, we got the magic of Scheherazade, so stay tuned for that.